No chemicals or preservatives, just 100% honest to goodness hickory smoked meat.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Boy, some chicken wings have really hit the spot.
You ain't got no better food, like some chicken wings, some baby back ribs, some fries or something?
And that's just two guys talking, am I right? We're just talking.
Hey, howdy, hey, everybody. Welcome back live from the pit.
To the pit.
To another episode of Fat Guys with Smokers, the #1 barbecue podcast in the Western United States. Is that what we've settled on? I forget
That's
until
what
we
we're
do the
doing
intro
tonight,
every week.
time.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, it is a pretty big deal, though.
Yeah.
So big of a deal. Should we name drop?
Yeah. Name drop, dude.
He committed, so I feel good about saying it.
Nice.
Jason from Meat Therapy is going to join us in a couple of weeks.
I'm excited. That'll be way cool.
Yeah.
We haven't done like a guest episode for a long time.
It's been a long
I'm a little
time.
nervous.
No, I'm super excited to
Yeah, it'll be good.
have him on. Jason is the source of the Chex Mix recipe.
Oh, I still haven't made that, but I've had yours, and it's
Oh my
phenomenal.
gosh, it's so good.
So good.
Clay is like ravenous for it.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to cry when we went to Sam's Club the other day and they had the big bags of Chex Mix again. They haven't had it for like, I don't know, a year.
is it a seasonal thing, or do they
No,
just not?
They used to have it all the time,
Yeah,
but they had it back and he was so excited. He was like, "We can make Chex Mix!"
oh man,
So-
to be a kid again and get excited about stuff like that.
Right? Like, so I'm super excited. Jason and I have been Instagram buddies for a long time, so I'm excited to get on the phone and
Yeah, that'll be
talk
awesome.
with him.
I'm excited. Yeah, dude, what have you been cooking?
Nothing.
What have you been up to? Me neither. But driving, I drove down to St. George, went to Pico Rica.
Ooh,
It was
what'd you
pretty
have?
awesome. Dude, so Damon, I wasn't even going to go just because the way timing was. We were staying in St. George and driving to Mesquite, which is about an hour from where we were to where we needed to go.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
Yeah, so it was just back and forth all day. So
Yeah,
we got back.
We were talking about drives that are miserable.
Yeah,
That is a miserable drive.
that's a rough one. And so, anyway, but Damon had his heart set on going. So we went. Dude, we got the brisket, we got the pulled pork. I didn't even get a taste of the pulled pork because Damon and Kyle just pounded it so fast.
Love it.
Well, mac and cheese, dude, I still think their street corn is to die for.
It's super good.
Dude, big fan. To be fair, I have not had a lot of other people's, but theirs is really good.
Well, when you find the best, why shop around?
I mean, that's what I think, man. That's why we get married, right? Once you find perfection, you don't go chasing it still. So, anyway, the brisket was phenomenal, though. So good. So good. So, and just the atmosphere is so cool, dude.
Did you have the
it was
hot
so
links?
Nice. I did.
Nice.
I did get a little of that action. Kyle wanted a hot dog. They did not have a hot dog. So I got that and tried to give it to him. It didn't go well.
What?
He is
Kyle!
He is his mother's son. All right, and that he just wanted a hot dog. And I was like, I'll ask, but he pounded that pulled pork like a champion. So
Nice.
it was fun though. Good time,
Yeah, those Texas hot links are
dude. They're fire.
Money.
They're really good. Yeah.
nice. Did you
It's a
talk
good
to that? That's a Jason down there too.
No.
You talked to Jason or to Cass?
I did not. I did not see them there, but I was there my whole, we stayed with Whitney's sister, and so we invited them to come with us, and then my in-laws were there, so it was kind of crazy, and
yeah.
I didn't really get a chance to talk to anybody, but
Yeah.
it was good.
I just got up and walked away from the
See,
table.
that's probably what I should have done, but I didn't want to leave my kids with them.
Yeah, I didn't have
and
kids.
be like,
so.
oh my gosh, dude.
You don't want to be that brother-in-law.
Exactly. Like, watch my kids while I go do whatever I want. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
Wasn't into that.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Most of my week was spent driving, so I didn't do a lot of cooking. But.
Yeah, I don't think I cooked a bunch getting ready for our trip to St. George.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about those hot beef sandwiches that you made.
I think we've talked about them before.
I think so.
I did. I think we even talked about them a week or two ago.
Did
on
we?
Here. Yeah, because I went to Costco and I bought a whole chuck.
Oh, yes. We did talk about that.
But yeah, so I took that, cut it into roast, then cut it into like big baseballs, essentially. Smoked it 225 for like 3 hours. Then put it in foil pans. I had a couple of foil pans that I ended up putting it in with, I think I did Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Some sort of carbonated deliciousness.
Sure.
Barbecue sauce and brown sugar, and then put them out for like another 3 hours till they were at 203.
Oh, sweet.
And they just shredded, fell apart.
Like butter.
Yeah. But we were nervous that we weren't going to have enough. So last minute, I also threw on pork shoulders.
Oh, okay.
And took pork shoulders as well.
So my question is, when you get there to the Airbnb or whatever you're at, what do you do from there? These aren't frozen, are they?
No, so you could freeze them. There's no reason that you couldn't. But no, we take the meat down in foil pans in a cooler, and then when it's our day, so I think we had Saturday, we just get up in the morning and throw the meat in crock pots to reheat it.
But it's just in a cooler. It's not frozen. It's just,
Yeah.
cool and
There,
interesting.
like I said, there's no reason you couldn't freeze it. But I cooked it on Tuesday and we ate it on Saturday.
Okay. Right on.
So,
Delicious.
yep, it really is.
We kind of
I-
talked about doing something similar with my parents when we go down. I think we changed our mind, but I was thinking of trying to do chili, and I wondered if you could cook it here, freeze it in vacuum sealed bags, and then throw it in a crock pot down there.
Yeah, you could. I don't know that you've got to freeze it though. Again, like it's only going to be
Yeah, that's true.
just take it down in a cooler.
Guess you wouldn't need to freeze it because it's not a long-term storage thing, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm telling you right now, tonight was kind of crazy. We were running all over, and I got home before we did this, and the kids had eaten my chicken sandwich that Haley made for dinner, so I haven't had anything to eat all day.
Oh, shoot.
And now we're sitting here talking about food. I can like if anyone hears it, like my stomach is growling as we're having this conversation, going, "Oh, that meat would be so good right now."
My bad.
No, but I was surprised at how hard some of my nephews went on the jalapenos.
Really? They're pretty into it.
They were pumped that we were having jalapenos on the beef sandwiches.
Are they just pickled jalapenos?
Yeah,
You
just a
sprinkle them
jar
on
of
there? Right on. What else do you put on them?
French fried onions.
Oh, okay. Do you have a special sauce that you threw in there?
Dude, I have been big on Kinder's barbecue sauce lately.
Dude, Kinder's got some good stuff.
Yeah, it's
easy to get because it's at Walmart.
And it's sweet. I feel like it's a little bit thicker than most barbecue sauces. Mm-hmm. But it comes in that squeeze bottle, so you can get like a nice good drizzle on stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Kinders.
I need to
right
explore
now.
with them a little bit. I got a
They've
bunch
got
of their
tons of flavors.
Yeah, I got a bunch of their like little dollar sample things.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a couple years ago. No, not a couple years ago. Like last Christmas, they had a bunch of them out. So I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. But they were pretty. I mean, I tried a bunch of different ones, but I have not bought like a whole bottle of it. Except for I think Whitney got me some that's like black cherry or something. It's pretty good.
I've seen the black cherry one. I'm just pulling up the Walmart.
Oh yeah.
The hickory brown sugar, that's the one it is.
Hickory, it's not expensive. That's pretty good price for
Yeah, they've
barbecue
got
sauce.
it in the dollar one, but The hickory brown sugar is really good. They've got a peach one. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Did that say Thai barbecue?
That is what that says.
I'm into that. Interesting.
I think it was like a bourbon peach.
Okay. Fire roasted jalapeno. Man, Kinder's got all kinds of sneezings.
Yeah, here it is. Bourbon peach. Dude, I had that. It was so good.
Really? That sounds like a pairing made in heaven.
Yeah. Here's yours, the black cherry chipotle.
The black cherry chipotle. That's the one Whitney got me. I'm a big fan.
This reminds me.
Okay.
Stand by.
Standing.
Because last week we talked about cranberry barbecue sauce.
We did, yes.
You remember this?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't make a ton of noise.
If it does, come at us, folks.
How many Instagrams does John have?
I was just going to say that. How many Instagram handles do you have? You're like all the kids at school that have a secret one their parents don't know about, and then the one that they post scripture quotes on.
Well, I have Fat Guys. I have Hayden Barbecue. Danny and I toyed with the idea of doing off-road products. That was Badger Gear.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I also thought about breeding labs. So I started a Beans the Silver Lab Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Got him neutered, so that's over.
No, bummer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Haley put a kibosh on that pretty quick.
That's fair. That's a lot of work.
Is it, though? How do I'm looking at this on... How do I get to my messages?
I don't know, dude.
I'm not smart enough to know how to
I don't even know how to do it on my phone, so...
Well, I know you don't, because I
asking
send
the
you
wrong guy.
hilarious reels.
And I
all the
always have to
time.
wait until I get here, and then John's like, "Did you see that thing I sent you?" And I'm like, "Oh, crap."
Oh, here it is. Messages.
It's always
right
good.
there in big bold letters. Not now. And now she didn't even send it here. Anyways, I will find it. I will post it
Okay.
and send it to everyone. My sister sent me a recipe on Instagram
Annie.
for cranberry barbecue sauce.
Coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, maybe it was on my personal page.
I like it.
Now that I know what I'm doing, I can do this. Nope. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. Anyways, there's cranberry barbecue sauce that I feel like we need
That
to
you
make.
buy or that you make?
No, that you make.
Okay. I can get on board.
Yeah.
Thanks for fun. Speaking of cranberry barbecue sauce, Thanksgiving's coming.
It is. Are we going to start this right now, Mike?
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Just want you to know they use whole cranberries in the barbecue sauce.
I'm not interested anymore. If I can't...
Have fun with your gelatinous goo.
I'm not interested.
Michael.
Oh, shoot.
I should have talked to your mom about this when I saw her last week.
No, dude. That's how I was raised, all right? That's how we eat it. And we really don't eat a lot of cranberry sauce, just at Thanksgiving, so.
This whole end of the year all the way through New Year's is cranberry season. Mm-hmm. I'm all for it.
Cranberries on everything, huh?
Everything.
I made...
How do you have a after Thanksgiving sandwich without cranberry sauce?
Well, you do. You just get it out of the can. Just cut a little bit off and spread it. Pretty good. Pretty good, John.
So
all right.
Wrong. All right. But we promised everyone we are talking proteins.
Proteins. Keto.
Let's get a little.
I
love some protein.
Yeah.
You wanna tear this up?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Oh yeah. So we thought we'd split it up a little bit. So John's going to talk about turkey, and I'm going to talk about ham because, and I've talked about this on here before, and it kind of took the internet by storm. I feel like I saw a TikTok about it last year around this time. A pulled Christmas ham. And I was like, what in the world is that? And so I watched it, and I think it's the only way to eat ham. I don't mind ham, but it's never been my favorite. But this pulled ham, man, we still, Whitney has me cook one like every 6 months or so, and we just vacuum seal it, and she'll pull it out and throw it in pasta, throw it in whatever. But it's the best way that I've found to eat ham that's flavorful and moist, and it's pretty dang good. So here's the rundown. You have to get a ham. Not like a spiral cut ham.
Not a spiral cut.
You got to get the ham shank. Or, what's the other one?
Talk about a ham hock?
Yes. But isn't there like a shank and a shoulder or something?
There's the picnic and the butt.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. I can't remember.
The picnic is more hammy. But, so... Regardless of the cut, this is a cured ham.
Yes.
It's already cooked.
Right.
It's like you could eat it cold and not die.
Right.
And not even get sick.
And cured like lots of salt.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to be careful about the rub that you decide to use. Mm-hmm. Definitely not something that's high in salt because it'll knock you out. So most of the rubbage was mostly on, very sugary, flavorful, but a little bit less on the salt. So anyway, so you get this ham. It is fully cooked. However,
dude, I bet the hickory would be so good on this.
Hickory what?
The hickory rub, like the smoke junkie.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Told you I was hungry.
Dude, well done.
Genius things come to my mind when I'm starving.
You take this ham, okay? I usually don't use a binder for things. I did for this. I slathered it in mustard, mostly just so that I could try to get an even coat that was easy to see with the rub. So it's a little bit easier to see if you have that yellow mustard to kind of see, oh, I missed this spot, or maybe it's a little bit heavy in this spot or whatever. And I used the denominator. Yes. The denominator rib rub.
Oh, I was like sitting here going, you're the math teacher, man. If you don't know what the denominator is.
I know what it is. No, it's called the denominator rib rub that I got from Oak Ridge Barbecue. I've talked about them before. They come in like little packets. They went out of business, and then suddenly they were back for a few days at Pit Stop, so Whitney loaded me up. But I use that. It's a very sugary rub. And then you smoke it, and you smoke it just like you would a pork shoulder, which kind of blew my mind. So you leave it out there for a couple hours, let it get a good smoke on it.
And what temperature are you smoking this at?
I do everything at 250, so I kept it at 250. And then I was surprised because it is cooked, right? But it still cooked like a pork shoulder. Like it still had the stall. It took a while to get up to that 2:0. I think I pulled it at 2:05. Okay. So it's really, anyway, interesting. However, so you leave it out on your grill, let it get the smoke, give it until about when you would wrap like a pork shoulder, or about when it hits the stall. And then I put it in a foil pan with apple juice, and then I actually had some of that Kinder. I think it was the black cherry chipotle. And so I put a little bit of that in there. People have put like orange slices or, whatever flavors you want kind of infused in there. I put a little bit more of the rib just in the liquid, and then I just covered the foil pan with foil. And so obviously the ham is sticking up out of the foil pan quite a bit, so you can't like use a lid or anything. But just cover that with foil, and then you just let her go. And I didn't look at it for, until it hit like 2:05 or whatever, and just let it cook, literally. And then I pulled it, and it pulls just like a pork shoulder, which again I thought would be
that's wild.
Bizarre, but it just cooked just like a pork shoulder, pulled just like a pork shoulder. It's just a pink pork shoulder, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I don't know. I've got to try this because when I think about a ham, because it's cured, like it's got a skin on it almost that I expect to be there and to be hard. And it's not that ham is tough, but it is firm.
Yeah.
So the fact that it shreds just like boggles my mind.
Well, it's crazy, and I don't know if it's because it's sliced, and that's just how I've always kind of thought of it. But yeah, dude, it shreds just like a pork shoulder, and it's so good because not only does it do that, but the flavors, where on like a spiral cut ham, you put a glaze on it and you try to get it down in the stuff. Dude, you shred this bad boy in that liquid. It is, I mean, oh my gosh. So good.
I may have to do this weekend.
I would highly recommend it. It is, like I say, I've never hated ham, but this is the best ham that I've ever.
So like a 6-7 pound ham is like a pretty big ham.
Yeah.
How long are we talking about start to finish?
I would say you would plan on about a 6 or 7 pound pork shoulder. So, I mean, maybe a little bit shorter.
So like 8 to 10 hours?
Yeah, probably. When I did it, I did not expect this the first time. So I was thinking like, well, it's already cooked. I'll just smoke it and then I'll pull it eventually. But you still got to let it get to that point.
When I double smoke a spiral cut ham, I'm like 3 hours.
Yeah. See, that's what I was expecting. And it wasn't that. Maybe not. 8 to 10 hours might be pushing it a little bit more. I'd say 6 to 8, but it takes a while. But then once, oh, dude. So good. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Saturday. And I ate dinner, so I can't imagine what you're going through right now. I'm sorry. But it's, like I say, so good. And then the flavor is all through it. That kind of, I don't know, spongy texture, for lack of a better word, that you get with a ham is gone. Like
the firmness.
It's just the shredded. Oh my gosh, it's good. And like I say, a shredded ham goes on anything. You can throw it in anything. You don't need to slice it up or dice it or whatever. You just chuck it into whatever. Oh, so good. An omelet with that bad boy, whew, it'll change your life, John.
I'm thinking about breakfast burritos.
Yes, I did that as well.
Another St. George. Like, man, the St. George Travel Bureau should sponsor this podcast at this point.
Seriously.
And I think it may have just been because how hungry we were. So Haley's grandparents used to have a spot in St. George. It was like in one of the 100 retirement trailer parks down there.
Yeah.
But we would use it like as a way station. We'd drive down after work, stay there, and then get up and drive down to Arizona when my parents lived there.
Oh, cool.
It was great. But Alfonso's, which is the like Beidos of St. George, right by the Red Cliffs Mall. Okay. We got a ham because Haley, and I was giving her crap the whole time we were doing it. Like, we were broke. We were just going to get one burrito and share it. I wanted like bacon or chorizo. Haley didn't want any of that. She just wanted ham. So, of course, Haley won.
Obviously.
It was the best freaking ham breakfast burrito I've ever had in my life. Like, we still talk about that burrito to this day. Like, 10 years later.
Nice.
And I'm thinking about that burrito, but with smoked, shredded, delicious ham.
Oh, dude. Heck yes. It will level up anything that you ever put ham in.
Yeah, Sunday morning is going to look beautiful.
Yeah, dude. Do it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Fully support that idea.
Anyway, I would highly recommend, if you're doing a ham, smoke it, pull it, bop it, twist it, pull it, eat it. So good, dude. So good.
You're such a better person than me. I was going to go another direction with that. It's a family show, folks.
Bop it to start. All right. Yeah. Turkey, John.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, you gobble. I don't remember.
Yeah, I have no idea where you're going with that.
Oh, really? You never heard that song? Oh my, put the turkey in my belly. Oh my, with the cranberry jelly.
Oh, maybe I did.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Not well enough
it's
to sing
horrible.
it, though.
It's just so bad. Anyway.
No,
I saw a really funny reel that was like, listen, everybody who thinks you shouldn't listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving, you need to start writing some bangers better than this, because this is the only Thanksgiving song. It's pretty funny.
I mean, I think more of like the Numa Numa song. That's how I feel after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a banger for any of our Gen Z folks. Go Google the Numa Numa dance.
Numa Numa.
Yeah. Turkey. Let's get a few things straight right off the bat. We do not stuff turkeys.
Nope.
We don't do it.
Why do you think that started?
I think it probably started like it was one less cooking vessel. And if you didn't have a cooking vessel, like the bird was that, like traditionally, like that's a great way to get flavor into a bird.
Yeah.
Because like,
Well, and filling that just cavity in the middle would probably help it allegedly cook a little bit more even.
yeah. So I mean, if I'm doing game birds, like I put oranges and stuff in them, like trying to get flavor and stuff
Right.
through the bird. So I think it makes sense, but one, it's just really hard to get your stuffing to temperature if you stuff it in a bird and not dry your turkey out.
Yes.
And if you don't do that, you end up with salmonella waiting to kill everyone.
Right. Which is usually not recommended.
Which I got the stomach flu after Thanksgiving one time.
I remember that.
Yeah. It was not fun. I was seriously concerned about my ability to eat Thanksgiving the next year. I was like nervous for weeks ahead of time. But so we don't stuff it, and we don't cook the bird the way you get it at the store.
Yep.
You have to do a thing called spatchcocking.
Spatchcock.
Which, I wonder what spatchcock is. Is that German?
I'll look it up while
You
you
look it
talk
up.
about it.
But so what spatchcocking is you take a real sharp knife. You can do it with kitchen shears, but it's really hard. My arthritic and carpal tunnel hands can't do it.
See, I used to use kitchen shears, and it was a mess. And then I think you told me, dude, just use a sharp knife. It's so much better.
I've got a big cleaver that is sharper than sharp, and it does a great job. But you cut down both sides of the backbone, take the backbone out, hold on to the backbone. You're going to use that to make your gravy, along with the neck and giblets and all of the stuff that come in that weird pouch that you never know what to do with. But you take the backbone out, and this is harder to do with a turkey than it is with a chicken. With a chicken, you're totally fine to cut down both sides with a pair of kitchen shears. You won't have any issue.
Yeah, bones are a lot smaller.
Turkey is bigger bone. Do you have an answer for us?
I do, yes.
Spatchcock.
The term spatchcock is believed to have originated from 17th century Ireland, and it's thought to be a shorthand or alteration of dispatch cock, meaning to quickly prepare a chicken for cooking. Dispatch implies a quick process. Cock refers to a bird or a chicken. So there you go.
Interesting.
Really quick way to cook it, I guess.
Yeah.
Irish.
But once you have that out, what we're trying to do is get the bird as flat as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So with the chicken, it's really easy. You just turn it over and you kind of give it a CPR.
Yeah, well, compression. Yeah.
And it'll break the breastbone open and go. You are not going to break a breastbone on a turkey by giving it CPR. Not going to happen. You're just going to shred the breast meat.
Yeah, which is a problem.
So you can do one of two things. You can take said sharp knife and deeply score the back of the breastbone. And then you can give it CPR and most of the time it will break, and you can do it. Or, Mr. Pittman taught me this: get a sharp paring knife, and you remove the breastbone.
Yeah, I saw him do that, and
Yeah.
I'd never thought of that before.
Yeah, so I mean, the breastbone is fairly large in a turkey, that you just little by little kind of fillet it out of the bird, and then you turn it over, and it goes nice and flat. And when you do that, now your meat's all at the same level, and it cooks really evenly, and way faster than if you try and cook the bird whole.
Yeah.
So, whole big bird, 4.5 hours. Spatchcock, 2 hours.
Yep. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, I guess you already said that. It just cooks more evenly as well.
Well, and because you're not putting the bird in there on its back, cooking the thighs and drying those out, and waiting for the breast to come to temperature,
Right.
everything is juicy.
Yeah.
Like, stupid juicy. Like, get a shop vac, there's going to be juice everywhere on your cutting board. And it is fantastic.
So good.
So, I always spatchcock my turkeys. I spatchcock them the night before when I brine them.
Interesting. So you spatchcock before you brine.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons. One, it saves me time when I'm cooking. Two, I don't really want to be like covered in everything that I brine the bird in.
See, that's why I do it, because I don't want that.
And somewhere in my head, I think to myself, well, I just took the breastbone out and I've exposed the back. There's more flesh exposed. There's a marginal amount more of surface area.
I thought the same thing, and I get rid of something that I'm not going to eat, so the brine can kind of. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty, but
I'm sure it is such a marginal improvement that
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter. But that's what I tell myself.
Yeah, I support it. I tell myself the same thing.
So I brine my bird overnight. 24 hours seems to be the sweet spot everyone talks about. I've let them go as long as 48 and haven't had a problem.
I think I've seen 24 to 48 is the best.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't do it for 72.
Yeah.
But I get 5-gallon buckets from Firehouse Subs. For $3, they will sell you their pickle buckets. So you get kind of like a dill flavor.
Oh, interesting. Kind of adds the flavor, huh?
Adds dill flavor.
Okay.
And it's like $3 for a bucket. Like, it's cheaper than going to
Home Depot
Home Depot
or even
or-
Harbor Freight.
Yeah, to buy a bucket.
Oh.
So I take those, and then, like, I'm lucky I've got a fridge in my garage that I pull a shelf out, and the whole 5-gallon bucket goes in.
Nice.
So we could spend an entire episode talking about brines. I use Bird Bath by Meat Church.
I've never used that.
It's good. It's really good. But I use Bird Bath by Meat Church. I normally put some oranges, an apple, and a couple shots of bourbon in it. Let it do its thing overnight. Pull it out the next morning. Dry it off the best I can after I've rinsed it. You do have to
rinse the
You
brine
have to
off,
rinse
yep.
your bird after.
I did not do that once, and I realized
bet it
why
was
they say you
saltier
should
than
do
your
it.
hand
Oh, it
was.
so bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rinse it off, dry it off the best I can. I leave it sitting on the counter for a couple of hours just to really dry it out. And then once I've dried it out, I use a compound butter that I make, get that under the skin, get it on the skin, and then hit it with...
So do you inject it, or do you just rub it?
Nope, I don't inject it.
Oh, okay.
I don't
You
inject
rub
it.
Huh? Before it goes on, you rub it. You're not like basting with that compound butter throughout. You just rub it on before.
I rub it on the outside and I rub it between the skin and the meat, so I kind of
Yeah.
like stuff it in there. I go back and forth. Some years I use the compound butter. Other years I use mayonnaise. And I think I probably like the mayonnaise better, honestly.
Really? Then your compound butter. Do you put anything in the mayonnaise or just straight
Not
mayonnaise?
really. I just put straight mayonnaise, and then I hit it with a rub. So we've done traditional ones. I like the herb and garlic seasoning by Meat Church. I also really love Texas sugar on a turkey. So put a nice healthy coat of that on, and then it goes out onto the smoker. Normally run at about 325 until we come to temp. Get to about 160 in the breast. Pull it in and let it rest, and then cut it up and just deal with the water park that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is delicious.
So
what was I going to ask you? Oh, you said once when you do, I think you said chicken halves or chicken something. You used, maybe it was a whole chicken. You used
Bama white sauce.
Holy cow on that.
Oh yeah, I've done holy cow on a turkey before.
You think that would be good on a turkey?
Oh, it's so good. It's like a peppered, like a real heavy peppered turkey breast. So good.
Interesting.
But I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the little like red button turkey thermometer that comes in every bird. It seems like as soon as you open your bird, pull it out of the bird and throw it in the garbage.
Everybody online says that. They're always like, throw this away. This is worthless.
Yeah, I think they pop at like 170.
Oh, really?
Like you're already
at that
past.
Point. Yeah, you've created sandpaper bird.
Yeah, it's gonna be dry. It's gonna be gross. Just throw it in the garbage. Yeah, not good. So that's my turkey. Brine it, dry it, season it, cook it, eat it.
Here's my question. I did not think this through. It just popped into my head.
This should be interesting.
My buddy will, when he wraps a pork butt, he'll put it in a turkey bag. And then, like, wrap it in foil. You know, kind of like we do when we rest them. Do you think you could do that?
Hang on, wait. He cooks the pork up to the stall.
Yeah.
And then puts it in a plastic bag.
I think so.
And then puts it in plastic bag back out on the smoker?
I think so. Well, wraps it in foil. Maybe I'm confused.
This sounds like it's going to make a mess.
You just kind of melt the plastic into it, and then it causes cancer. It's really good. I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. I was just thinking of turkey bags, and I was just thinking they do, like, when you bake it as good as it can, it kind of does help seal in the moisture. Could you use that on a smoker?
I've never baked a turkey in a bag.
Oh, really? Isn't that a thing, or am I making this up?
I know they sell bags to, like, brine them in.
No, you cook them in the bag. Maybe I'm full of crap, but I'm pretty sure you cook it in an oven bag.
Turkey oven bag.
And it's supposed to kind of seal the juices. Moisture retention.
Reynolds brand.
Traps steam and moisture. Faster cooking time. Reduces cooking time by about 30 minutes. Easier cleanup. Even cooking. The heat circulates in the bag.
That's preheat to 3... What in the world?
Yeah, dude, you never done this?
No, man.
We're always using the turkey bag when we cook it in the oven.
Yeah.
So my question is, could you put this on a
preheat
smoker?
your oven to 350. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to if it's not
Right.
going to melt.
That's what I mean. It's not going to melt on it. Proper oven. It's got to be an oven bag. You can't just use a regular plastic bag.
Get out of garbage bag.
Just wrap it in Walmart bags. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Reynolds website right now.
Yeah. Anyway, I wonder if after you let it get a little smoke on.
Is it big enough to put a spatchcock turkey in?
I think
and
so.
Keep it flat?
They make them huge. Like sometimes I'll use these to brine in if I don't have anything else. I'll brine it in these turkey bags. They're huge.
Wow.
I wonder if you could smoke it for a couple hours, let it get the smoke on, then
Well-
put it in there to just retain moisture or even add moisture to it and just let it steam in
this
there.
would be super cool because one of the like quandaries of cooking a turkey on a smoker is what do you do for drippings
Yeah,
to make your gravy?
gravy and stuff.
I
Yeah.
always save the backbone, the neck, and the gizzard, and I put that in a frying pan and kind of like brown it and
Right.
put a little water in there and kind of steam it out to create some drippings. But if you could put the whole turkey in a bag
Yeah.
and then have all of those juices, you could. I've also used the juices from the cutting board to make my
To
make
the
my gravy.
huh?
This is interesting.
It might be worth a shot just to let it, I mean, I'd still want it to get smoke and, really
I
get
feel
that.
like-
But then if you shoved it in there,
I feel like I just took a trip
just
back
kind of
to
let
like
it steam.
the 70s and Betty Crocker with
Oh, yeah, dude.
this hardcore looks like something my grandmother would have had.
Yeah, well, that's where I learned it. My grandma and my aunts and all them, that's how we cooked it. I think my mom and my mother-in-law still use this. That's why I knew it existed.
Make 6 half-inch slits in the top of the bag to allow steam to escape as the turkey cooks. That's wild, man.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I'm interested. Very interested. Might be worth trying just to see if it traps the moisture in a little bit and lets it, lets it be a little more moist. I don't know. Anyway, I should have thought of this before I just brought it up, but
No, that's wild.
I'm intrigued. I can't believe you've never heard of an oven bag before.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in Utah.
Well, I don't know if it's a Utah thing. Reynolds isn't a Utah thing.
Yeah, like no, it clearly isn't. I don't know. We had a turkey roasting pan.
Well, you still use
My-
it. You just throw it in a bag.
Well, you also have to remember, like, one, we didn't eat a whole lot of like bone-in poultry. My mother, bless her heart, has convinced herself. Now, she's not actually this crazy, but like this is the
I like
joke.
where this is going.
This is the joke that her meat comes straight from heaven wrapped in plastic to the grocery store.
Nice.
No animals die in this process.
That's awesome.
It's delicious, but the
Straight from heaven, wrapped in plastic.
yeah,
That's awesome.
she knows where it comes from. She just doesn't like thinking about
Sure,
the process it goes through.
that's fair.
It's not that she has a problem with killing animals. It's not she has a problem eating animals.
Sure.
She just doesn't want to think about the process that it takes from point A to her plate.
It's not like mid meal and like, hey, where did this come from? Find out if he had a nickname. Delicious.
Whereas Robbie, he's like already asked me 10 times, when are we going pheasant hunting? I want to kill a bird. I want to kill a bird and bring it home and eat it.
Yeah, dude.
Makes me so proud. So proud. But yeah, no, I
Turkey bags.
don't think, never did this.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my buddy, I'll have to ask him again, but I'm pretty sure this is how he does pork butts. He cooks them to the stall, puts them in a turkey bag, fills it with some kind of juice of some kind, and then just, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as wrapping it in foil. But then I think he does wrap it in foil. So
Why
that
would
the
you
bag
wrap it in
doesn't-
foil if...
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. I'll have to ask him. In my mind, that would be it would melt, but I don't think that's a thing.
It says preheat to 350.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. Muy interesante.
See, Yo Tango Hombre.
Yo tengo hombre fuerte.
Well, there's a ham and a turkey, John.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry.
There are other things that you could do. Like I did a pork loin once that actually was kind of good and different. But
Yeah, pork loin's good. I think we've talked about, because we do like every other year between families, we've started every year on the Saturday after Thanksgiving doing American
Yeah, dude. That sounds amazing.
MER.
America.
America. Thanksgiving, and we do a brisket and a pulled pork and ribs.
That sounds awesome.
And just have a giant smorgasbord 2 days after we just gorged ourselves. And the fridge is already overflowing, so. Yeah.
What could go wrong?
What could ever go wrong?
Well, I've always got fridge space over at my place, John. If you need to store some leftover brisket.
That's what I like about you, Mike.
Yeah,
like,
man.
you're a giver.
I am.
All right. Well, now that I'm literally ravenous, I think we've come to the end of yet another fantastic episode.
Indeed. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
All right. You want to go first, or should we change it up?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Until next time, I'm Mike.
And I'm John.
And we're Fat Guys with Smokers. That felt wrong.
Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.